Hello, I'm Virginia Filicetti. I am the Marketing and Events Manager at the DeKalb Chamber of Commerce. I'm here today to talk to you about our annual ATHENA Award. This is the 32nd year that we are doing the ATHENA program, which is an international program that recognizes influential women that are leaders and mentors to other women within the community. So with me today, I have our 2020 ATHENA recipient, Tia Anderson from Heartland Bank, and she is going to tell us a little bit about this year's ATHENA finalist, Cindy Green-Deutsch. Can you tell me a little bit about Cindy, how you've known her and how long you've known her?
Absolutely, I would love to. So I worked with Cindy briefly when she was at NIU Athletics, and then she did a big career change and dipped her toe in banking and came on as my assistant manager at a bank in town in 2008 or 9. And we worked side by side in the same space for 7 years. I got to know Cindy very well, and I can't be more proud of where she's come from that 2008 in her beginning of banking career to where she's at now.
I know that Cindy mentions a lot that you were kind of the one that brought her into the banking world where she's still at right now. She is the branch manager at First Midwest Bank. I know that she's very thankful for you to kind of jump her into that position.
Yeah, and honestly, I was petrified at first because Cindy and I have very similar personalities. We can be very loud, and I thought maybe it would be too much, but that wasn't the case at all. And not only did we grow and make a great team together, but we became dear friends. So I'm really excited to see her get this nomination.
Could you give me an example or maybe a story of how she's excelled as a branch manager or where you worked at in the past?
Yeah, you're giving me a time limit, but so I'm only going to pick one, although Cindy displays that every day in her professional career. But a local attorney, Jill Tritt, she shared a particular story where she worked with Cindy. She had an individual that was having some difficulties with a guardianship situation that was going on, and Cindy took the time to really figure out exactly what the situation was, came up with an outside the box resolution, brought it to her boss, even though it may not have been the norm, and was able to find a solution to benefit everyone in lieu of going to court and spending all that money unnecessarily. And Jill said later on when she asked Cindy, when she asked her about it, Cindy just said it didn't make sense. We need to help the customer. And I know that's how Cindy behaves every single day. She's always looking for the best options for the people around her, and she will find a solution. She doesn't like to give bad news.
That's a great example of how ATHENA finalists and recipients, they go above and beyond in their job and outside of their job. It's not just there to get the job done. They want to, give that exceptional service to everyone that they work with. And so that's kind of a good story of how she's, very exceptional at her job and beyond. But how has she mentored other women within the community outside of her job?
Let me tell you, if you're at any event in the community, you're going to see Cindy bringing along a woman from her office or part of her team and get her involved and introduce her and share connections with her. I don't know how many times Cindy has not brought someone with her to be a part of the experience. And I'll tell you also, Cindy will be the first person to share her oopsie-daisies. She does not mind, telling her mistakes, where she stumbled along the way, because we've all done it and we can relate to that. And I think that is a huge relief maybe for other women to hear as they're trying to grow professionally, that it's okay to falter. We're not going to be perfect, and Cindy will share those mistakes with you. But she's grown from them, and she puts herself out there. I mean, she steps out of her comfort zone on a daily basis, and how does that not motivate or mentor women around to want to emulate that?
I agree. I'm always meeting other women that Cindy worked with. She always comes, we're in the same building, so she always comes up and brings us her new employees to say hi to. She's always bringing women out, especially to gather our women's group. So she's always very involved. And speaking of involvement, Cindy is involved on many other boards and committees. Can you give me just a little taste of some of those things that she's involved with?
Yeah, so we are actually co-chairs together for Kishwaukee United Way. She's been on that board for quite some time now, probably since 2016 or so. She is also on the Voluntary Action Center board. She is on the DeKalb Chamber board. She is on committees throughout the chamber, including the ambassadors group, and she is a part of women's group Gather. Cindy is also, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but she's an EMT, so she helps out in her hometown in Shabana. And I tell you, when I sat by her for 7 years, I felt very safe. I'm like, if I'm gonna choke, I got Cindy. When she left me, it's been my fear. What am I going to do if I choke? Where's Cindy? So yeah, she's heavily involved in the community and she loves it. She's great at it.
You know, all of our ATHENA finalists have amazing resumes and they're so involved with the community and they love to connect with other women. And Cindy is just one of our 4 ATHENA finalists. So if you want to learn more about Cindy or our other 3 finalists, you can visit dekalb.org and you'll see a whole list and all their bios there on our website. You can also join us in person at the ATHENA Award reception on October 19th at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center in the evening. So we hope to see you either online or join us in person. Tia, thank you for being here today and sharing more about Cindy. And we hope to see you on October 19th.
Thank you and good luck to all the women.
Thanks.